Welcome to our Just Pause practice. And I want to invite you into your posture of comfort. I'm seated today, seated in a hero's pose, but if you want some support, either the floor or the wall behind you, whatever it is that supports you in finding permission to simply pause. Everything else, just set it aside for now. Find that tall spine. On the inhale, you might imagine your mind traveling up the length of your spine. And on the exhale, you can use your mind's eye, maybe even see a light or a color as you travel back down the spine. Now, this strategy of focusing on an image, a visualization, is a way in which we can regulate the chatter of the mind, the chitta vrittis. So rather than allowing our mind to wander or ruminate, we want to give it something neutral to pay attention to. And that might mean that we just pay attention to the sensations of the body, right? The touch, the smell, the taste, the sounds, and the other one, sight maybe, I don't know which one I missed. The point being is that as we turn our attention inward, that pratyahara, that begins the journey of self-knowing. It begins the journey of union and connection. And the next step is to focus our attention into this moment just as it is. So whether you focus on the sensations of the body, or whether you like that imagining, the visualization of a light coming up and down your spine, let's just begin with seeing what you can connect with in a neutral or even a positive energy. As your mind notices perhaps a sound or a smell or even a sensation of want to wiggle, notice it and then choose. Do I need to adjust? Or can I just return to that sense of centered focus? It's not that we're going to necessarily ever be able to eliminate those interruptions to our discipline, to our focus. That's not the practice. The practice is about recognizing that interruption, that wandering, and then choosing, when appropriate, to come back to the moment of our intention, coming back to our focus. So we can have as many falling off the paths as happens, right? That's okay. That's not bad yoga. That's not bad meditation. But it invites even more practice into coming back to center. Compassionately. No judgment, no condemnation, no disappointment. Relax the muscles across the forehead and around the eyes. Relax the muscles around the jaw and the throat. You might even take a couple of shoulder shrugs or arm shakes, right? Particularly if the mind has wandered, give yourself a little energy release and come back again. This is the practice. We center, and then we notice that we've wandered. We meet ourselves perhaps with a little extra effort of letting go in that wandering, and we come back again. When the body stills, it paves the way for the mind to quiet and still. It's not that we're looking to empty the contents of the mind, but rather just be with them. Some folks will teach that it's like watching clouds lazily pass overhead when you're enjoying a reclined day in nature. Just let the clouds pass on by. Those are the ideas, the thoughts, the questions, the ruminations that may come up. Just let them pass on through. Just like the traffic outside is passing on by. We don't have to know who's driving the car or how fast they're driving, where they're going or where they've come from. Just let them pass on by. Now, if you're brand new, right, to the practice of meditation, maybe it's a minute that you can tolerate being still or quiet. Slowly grow the length of that time. There's nothing magical about 15 minutes, but as our capacity grows, so too does our resilience, our ability to recover from whatever stresses life gives us. But even more importantly, our ability to notice when we're being triggered so that we can intervene earlier in that threatening practice, that flow of where, ooh, I'm losing my way, right? So just notice, give yourself some compassion. But for those of you who have done this for a while, maybe you're ready to now layer on an intention of gratitude, right? What are you grateful for? And maybe it's that simple. It's I am grateful, or just the word gratitude. Or maybe each time you repeat that mantra, you fill in something at the end. I am grateful for. And you can repeat the same thing, or you can come up with something different each time. But just giving us, once again, something to hold the mind's attention. And specifically, we're moving from the neutral attention to a positive attention. So we start with the neutral because that's generally the baby step away from some of the negativity. But as that neutral becomes tolerable, we start to push in towards the positivity. And the positivity will start to replace the negativity. The abundance, the love, the gratitude will start to overwrite, rewrite, replace the negativity, the lack, the scarcity, the judgment, the fear. The mind has wandered. Bring it back. Bring it back to your sensations of breath. Bring it back to your imagination, perhaps of that light that's traveling up and down your spine with the breath. Or maybe it's coming back to your gratitude. As you draw the breath in, receive whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that you want to help nourish your inner spirit, the spark of the divine that lives within you. We call it the Atman center. And as you exhale, just notice if there's anything that you can let go of. Anything that is no longer serving you, anything that is no longer helpful, let it go. And if I can be honest, I still do this practice about some of the old wounds that for seasons of my life I feel like I've processed them and let go, I've done the grieving. And then particularly on those harder days or harder seasons, they kind of rear their head again and they show up. And that's why this is a practice. Sure, we strive towards union, but it's not like union itself, at least as long as we're in this human body, is permanent. This too shall pass. So whether it's a sense of woe is me or a sense of all is well, this too shall pass. And that's ultimately the benefit of the meditation practice, is that we can be with what is and rest in knowing that whether it's yay or nay, we can handle the shift when this passes. We can ride the waves when we learn to breathe, move, and rest. Now, if your schedule would allow for you to linger in your meditation, please feel free to stay here. If your schedule requires you to return, I want you to start with just a little self-touch. Maybe it's the hands coming together. Come back into your body, right? Maybe it's arms, maybe it's on your legs, maybe it's tapping or rolling, rubbing. Just come back into your soma, come back into your body. Maybe you even tap a bit on the skull. And then maybe you sigh a bit, sounding out with the exhale. So again, we're opening up our senses now. From being internally, we're re-engaging with the world. Well done. Let your hands come to rest together and receive this blessing and my gratitude for being here, for showing up. May you breathe deeply and move freely. May you labor lovingly, and may you live vibrantly, intimately with prana. Namaste.
That was awesome.
Good. What was awesome about it for you?
know. I just fell into a really nice, calm place that I usually need a back support for. I had a much happier time in my body and didn't need to focus on it so much. And it was just,
Yeah, what a gift. Now, it'd be
Yeah.
interesting to see, James, if that's correlated to having good sleep.
yeah, usually when I'm a little overtired, my core is the first thing to start barking.
Yeah.
And I don't have that right now. Just live.
Excellent. Well done. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, I'll see you later.
See you.